Hey y'all, I'm back. Ooh, ooh. How have y'all been? It's been a while and I have been busy. I may or may not have done a little photo shoot for a brand. I may or may not have done a little podcast situation. I may or may not have been really busy being snatched almost full time. Either way, I know a lot of trans people really struggle with coming out and navigating that in a workplace environment. In today's video, I thought I would share my story and what works for me and how I've very honestly been navigating it. But before I get into all of that, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share, tell your auntie, tell your cousin, tell your friend, your best friend about me so I could quit my daytime job and do what? Be snatched full time. All right, y'all. Before I get into all of this, actually, one thing I wanted to mention is I have been a lot more active on my Instagram. So if y'all would like to follow me on there, my handle is alexander.tries. As some of y'all know, I came out last year as genderfluid. What some of y'all don't know is that I have a daytime job as a senior technical recruiter. I know y'all, way different from this. But this is what I do in order to really feed my creative soul. And honestly, as y'all know, and as I just said, I'm trying to be snatched full time. Goals. But until then, here's how I manage being a gender fluid person in my workplace. Like I said, last year I came out as non-binary, gender fluid. It was actually fairly an easy coming out, and I have a video about that, which is linked right here. But it was a fairly easy coming out as far as coming out to my friends and family. It wasn't really any drama. It was liberating, and I feel like a brand new person. I literally legit feel like a brand new person, y'all. But I still have to show up at work. And when I say show up, I mean, we've been in this pandemic more for a while. So really showing up is turning on my computer's camera. So anyway, I still have to show up to work, and some days, you know, I want to like show up with a little liner or something like that, some little situation like that. And I gotta be honest with y'all, even though everybody at work knows my pronouns and they all know that I am gender fluid, and I've made it very clear because I hosted a Trans Day of Visibility panel and a full face of makeup and all that. But on my day-to-day, I have a hard time feeling comfortable showing up to a meeting with some makeup on, with my very hetero hiring managers. I don't know how they would really accept it or take it. So I'm still kind of limited on that. Now, I don't feel like I'm being completely unauthentic because I'm still very clear about who I am, but I do still have some fear of rejection. It's the best word I guess I could find. I have been challenging myself lately to just put on a little bit of eyeliner or maybe just put on a little bit of lipstick and jump on into a meeting here and there, but I'm still very uncomfortable. I have to continue to expose myself to these situations so that I can start getting used to the potential response. Part of it is that I'm afraid of somebody responding negatively and then me responding negatively back. I can't hold back. I just can't. And if somebody says something transphobic or homophobic, you know I'm gonna jump on it. And this is my job, y'all. So, choices. I don't feel like I'm being completely fully authentic because there are some days that I do want to put on a little bit of a face of makeup and I want to show up to work. For the most part though, y'all, let's be honest. I have meetings starting at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm not trying to do all of this. My commitment to y'all and to myself is that I'm going to make more of an effort to show up physically more as my authentic self to my work meetings and really just push myself. Who knows? Maybe it'll lead to some educational moments. It's definitely been more challenging to be my authentic self at my work than it is in my regular life. One of the things I've done in order to really make sure that I am putting myself in the uncomfortable situations that make me grow is I changed my pronouns, or I updated my pronouns on my Slack, which is one of the platforms we use to chat it up, and my LinkedIn profile, because now LinkedIn has an option for you to add your pronouns, which I think is super amazing. So shout out to LinkedIn for really coming through with little baby steps here and there. But I think that's a really great step. Same thing with Slack, same thing with all these other platforms that are doing the same thing like Instagram and all of that. It was important for me to make sure that people knew what my pronouns were as part of my authenticity journey at work. That was one step I took in order to really feel more authentic. Another step I took was, like I said a little bit earlier and kind of glazed over just a bit, but I actually had the opportunity to host a Trans Day of Visibility panel at my company. And it was one of the most incredibly powerful moments. I got to interview some of the top trans leaders in the tech community, and it was eye-opening and also a little bit disheartening to discover that there are still trans people who are afraid to come out at work. Does everybody need to come out at work? No, you don't have to do what you don't want to do. You can live your life however the hell you want. I know some people who've transitioned who just want to live their lives as the gender that they are, that they've transitioned to and that they are. Power to them, and that's great. But if you're not coming out at work because you are afraid of what people will say, that warrants some thought. That warrants some conversation. You should never be afraid to be yourself, period. Either at work or at home, but especially at work. You gotta be with these people, you gotta be with these people at least 40 hours a week. So why do you wanna work in a situation or be in a situation that you're uncomfortable? Trying to be as authentic as possible at work if you can, if that's your jam, is really important for really surviving in the workforce as a trans person. But that's another way that I have involved myself and try to be a lot more authentic. And I hosted that panel in a full face of makeup. We're talking like beat. A full beat. And y'all, I was up at too early to do my full face, but I was so happy and proud to be able to do it, and proud that my company actually was like all about it. They were all about it. Another thing I've done is I joined an ERG, which is an employee resource group. And most big companies have employee resource groups. Mine just happens to have an LGBTQIA group, which is brilliant because it really helps unite all of the queer people in our company and not make us feel so alone. If you have an ERG at your company, I would really highly recommend joining it. They play a massive part in helping normalize people like us in the workforce. Make your voice heard. Join an ERG. If your company doesn't have one, suggest one or start one. Start one yourself. Why not? Be the representation that you want to see. Lastly, just have open conversations with people. Don't be afraid to talk to your colleagues about your trans life. They talk to you about their cis life, so you can talk to them about your trans life too. It's okay. Bring up conversation. Make it normal. We are normal. We're just people living and working with other people. So let's try to be a part of normalizing this so that future generations and kids, think of the kids, don't have to go through this. Yeah, y'all, that's pretty much how I navigate being a gender fluid person in the workforce. Is it always smooth sailing? No. Do I feel like I'm 100% confident and authentic as myself in the workplace right now? Not yet, but I'm getting there and I'm working on it, and I'm trying to be a really big part of the solution. And you can too. And if you're an ally watching this, you can too. Anybody can be a part of the solution. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching me. I truly appreciate it. I just want to round this off with saying that Alexander Tries would be nothing without you all. And I wanted to update you that I'm going to be releasing episodes monthly starting now until I have more time. But I am going to be giving back to the community by helping out one trans person per month with their job hunt. That is going to include resume help, pointers on how to interview, how to search for jobs, how to apply for jobs, etc., etc. If you are a person of the trans experience, please leave a comment below and I will be choosing one person every month to help with the job hunt. I know it's tough out there, y'all, so please take advantage of it. This shit costs a lot of money and I am good at it. I hope to see y'all again next time, and don't forget, we're all just trying. So be nice,